Hi everyone, I'm Meteorologist Rusty McCranie, and welcome to Weather Express. Your weather in 5 minutes. Start the clock. Friends, it has been an exceptionally warm day across a good chunk of the United States. We've got another strong Pacific storm system, and watching that severe weather setup later in the week for a large area of the U.S. Look at these temperatures today, all the way through the upper Midwest into the southern plains of the Southeast. Upper 70s and lower 80s with a south wind, the humidity coming out of the Gulf. It was a steamy day. It did not feel like it was March in a good portion of the country. It's been warm in the Northeast as well. Again, temperatures 50s and 60s all the way into upstate New York. A little rain actually skirted the U.S.-Canadian border, but that's about it. It's been absolutely gorgeous for the Northeast, into the mid-Atlantic, the Appalachians, and the Southeast as well. Again, nothing outrageously hot, but obviously temperatures are well above average. Skies have been clear. There's been no threat for any rain in these areas. It gets even warmer, though, down into Texas. Again, you do have temperatures right now that are going to be in the upper 80s to a couple of spots, even in the lower 90s. Winds are freshening up as well through the Four Corners and into West Texas. We could actually have some gusts in these areas that approach 70 miles an hour. Temperatures are absolutely mild all the way into the northern plains as well, even the western Great Lakes, Minneapolis. Again, for early March to be in the mid 40s, that's not bad. Denver today hit around the mid 60s. Now, we are watching two pieces of a storm system coming in to the west coast. The first piece to the north is bringing some rain to Washington state. It's going to turn into some higher elevation snow, but temperatures are warm enough where even in some of the lower elevation of the Olympic range, we're actually going to continue to see rain more than anything else. Now, you go farther down the coastline, you get a break in the ash in southern sides of Oregon into California, but then into South California, you start to see the next piece of the energy coming in with some heavier rain right now into areas like Long Beach on over towards Oceanside, Palm Springs, and this will be spinning into higher elevation areas where we're going to get the opportunity for feet of snow in some areas. So let's take a look at what's going to be happening in this part of the area first, and then we're going to get into our severe weather setup. You can already see the winter storm warnings that are in effect for the Sierra Nevadas, Mammoth Lakes, Truckee areas. Once again, they could be measuring the snow in feet, 1 to 3 feet in a couple of spots, maybe upwards of 4 feet. It's a big deal. A lot of wind coming along with this. Then you get into your winter weather advisories, and again, portions of the Cascades. This system, though, is mainly going to be headed off to the south. These are all of your red flag warnings and the high wind warnings, as I mentioned. Again, western sides of Texas, you're going to see some wind gusts approaching 70 miles an hour. So let's go out to the broad perspective here and break down the map and what I expect to see. We're going to first of all look at the HRRR model as the high resolution rapid refresh. I'm going to bring that up. While I'm doing so, again, thank you for taking a quick second to like this video and subscribe to Weather Express. In the next 48 hours, all of the active weather is going to be along the West Coast into Big Sky country in the Intermountain West. This is going to be an impactful storm. You can see all the coastal rain. Some flooding is a possibility. That will then turn into some mountain snow, and some of that could be quite heavy. Again, feet of snow, and some of that heavier snow could move eventually into places like Billings, Montana, Salt Lake City, Utah, and Denver, Colorado as well. But down the road, we're going to be watching a spin developing here in the southern plains, moisture coming out of the Gulf, and this is going to be a compact system that will initiate our start in the opportunity for some of that severe weather for Arklatex. So this is kind of the first round of potential severe weather, but eventually all that warm moisture-laden air will slam into the much more potent storm system out west and a big trough digging in through the mid-levels of the atmosphere in the central plains, and that's when we're going to have the potential for the severe weather outbreak. Today, just a few storms down in South California, portions of Arizona. For tomorrow, we start to see that active weather develop again, southeast sides of Oklahoma, northeast Texas, portions of Louisiana, and Arkansas, and then that initial batch shifts into the southeast here over the next couple of days. But beyond that, the more widespread severe weather outbreak is likely in a couple of days, and you can see we already have this 30% ring through portions of the upper Midwest, including Illinois, Missouri, the Tennessee Valley, as well, even back to the southeast. This is going to be a large-scale, all-modes severe weather event. Long track, large tornadoes are possible with this. That severe weather risk will then shift farther south and east to include portions of Georgia, mainly Alabama, Mississippi, and the panhandle of Florida. And eventually that storm system will continue to push off a little bit farther off to the south and to the east, where more severe weather is possible for the East Coast all the way up to the Philadelphia area. That is a 4-day severe weather event for the central and the eastern United States. I'm going to keep a close eye on. I'm into overtime, friends. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for considering to subscribe to Weather Express. Love to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comment section below where you're viewing from. Have a great rest of your day. I'm back tomorrow with your latest 5-minute forecast.